So welcome to this preview of the La Liga next match day, I'm trying to show you with the assistance of this tool how to work with the tool. First of all, what it does for you in case you get your access. There's a free version available, and also 1 week you can anyway test it for free, which I would very much appreciate, and I hope you overcome the first necessary step you need to take to learn and understand it, and after a while you will notice that it's very, very helpful and it's very good. I've been working with it for over 30 years and I've made my winnings. If you build up your own tree of the leagues you're having, which you can do here by adding leagues and so on, this is also a bit, you have to learn this, but I'm trying to explain that elsewhere. But usually you search for a country or a league and then you add it to your tree, and then you still have to check it, because you can also uncheck it in case this week you don't want it, or you have, you want to exclude it anyway, or whatever your choice is. Anyway, as soon as you get here, you can still view only this league. And the prices are compiled already, and I cannot delete them. It's compiled on the 25th of October, which means very recently. So it had been compiled after the last match day. So I do not have the choice here now to remove it. All I can do is, I can try to compile them in my head as I usually do, but I see too much maybe. But of course Sevilla should be favorites, although Mallorca had a pretty good start. Did they lose last time out? I think they did lose. Yeah, with a 2-2 last minute in Valencia, right? They were winning 2-0, lost a player, and in injury time Valencia equalized. Was it the game? Anyway, we can also look here, but there is a problem sometimes with the last match. No, that was Valencia Mallorca. It's in here. If you see something blue in this review here, it means good. If it's red, it means it's bad. It's better on Sevilla's side, even more blue than red. We could compare that in more detail, but I can't do that for every game and every time over and over. I think the price on Sevilla looks pretty okay to me. We wouldn't have a bet, but 2.0, I mean, they are not 100% the side. We can, of course, I mean, they are a very good side, of course, and like all the others. But here it looks fine, 6-1. Okay, so then it's better. But in Champions League, I wasn't fully convinced. And but what does it mean? I mean, they are very good, and okay, we can check out in the stats as well. Here we see Real Sociedad are lucky shots total, right? Real Madrid, of course, a lot higher with this value. Also Betis very good the moment. Barcelona with just 103 shots, Valencia 122. It's just one of all the figures we could compare. We can compare the dangerous attacks. Real Madrid are top here, Sevilla not so bad, but Atletico even better. That looks like very good for Atletico. Barcelona also good with the dangerous attacks. Also Celta, they won the last game in Getafe. I watched this one. But of course they were much better than Getafe there, who are simply awful. And you could see that when you watch the game, you see that they are uncertain and are uncomfortable. And then it's, well, how to turn it around? You need somewhere a win or something like that, right? But anyway, why would I care for Getafe? It's just a matter of evaluating, assessing the games right and the teams, of course, right. And in this case, we have to say they are not so good. Computer would usually say, give them a chance, give them a chance, give them a chance, while market would say they are awful because they read the table. So usually the computer would be a bit higher. Here I agree with the market. Here we can even see the the market comparison, here I would say I would happily support Barcelona. I saw the 90 minutes against Real Madrid. I think they were just unlucky. Of course, Real Madrid were no bad at all. I mean, here we can even check those games in the past. I think I even proposed this one to go with Barcelona, and here we can view the stats, right? And then we can see what was going on. 11, 13, 2, 5. This is okay. So small edge to Real Madrid. Possession, dangerous attacks, that's 85-30. Here I fully agree. Attacks 119-59. Of course, after a goal had been scored, the attacks that Real Madrid are getting are better, are more dangerous, but they are getting less of these. But they have to, of course, that's the counter attacks and so on. But Barcelona have been doing a good job. Possession time is 52-48. Looks fine to me. 8-7 goal attempts. Whatever we say here, right? It's a bit more on Barcelona's side. If they would say it was an even game, I would fully agree. And then the 260 or whatever I got there, 270, I don't know, was not a good bet maybe, but I can easily turn this around, and maybe there was a huge chance, and also the commentator said this is a chance. I mean, it's very easy if you compare this the understat.com and you see the X goals, then you would see there was a chance maybe of 28% that or even more that Barcelona had. And the chance that Alaba took, the goal that came, was it was even 1-2 in the end, because they scored a second, and then even Aguero, who came on, scored the 1-2. But so it was even an over late on. But the chance that Alaba took was maybe 8%. I don't know. But he hit the ball very well, and he has been doing some excellent shots already when he played for Bayern. He was taking the free kicks quite often as well, so he is a good shooter, same good shooter, but sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't. Of course, it's these moments in these big games when you have to, right? Here we see the true price, and maybe we had 265 or 270. I justified it. I would still do, but you can also happily argue it was not a good bet. It was just one of these bets. So I would still, once again, support Barcelona, also after seeing those stats. Here in Betis against Valencia, I have to adjust my own, because we just looked at the stats, right? Here I would agree with Market that Betis are really good at the moment, as we saw their stats, right? The shots also. But I would still say, well, why not maybe still give Valencia a chance, who are not awful. They pulled 2 goals back in injury time against Mallorca. Okay, Real Madrid 148. I mean, they look good, and no problem with them. 148, 135, 142. I don't know. We wouldn't have a bet here anyway. Either we could go with a Osasuna, or we leave it, or the draw even could be an indication. But Osasuna are doing pretty well, I would say. Osasuna 6th place, maybe a bit lucky here. 107 shots only. Less than others, total passes, dangerous attacks, looks good again, more than Betis even, right? They have a lot of shots, but they have more of these, even more. So I'm happy again with the possession time. It's also not terrible. It's even more than Real Sociedad, but they have only 8 games. We have to be careful with that. I want here more averages and things like that, right? We can make even better use of these stats, right? And also one value that measures it all in one, that would be the first approach, right? That you can say, okay, we usually look at the shots, we look at the shots on target, okay, we look at the possession time, okay, so we make one total of all those values. We look at the corners, we look at the dangerous attacks and so on, and we make one value of all of them. One value with maybe a weighing already in it, because we weigh this a lot better, more than this. That's a start. I'm gonna do this anytime soon. Celta against Real Sociedad looks fine to me, but as we saw now, Celta might even be the better side. Oh, so I would go here a lot closer to an even game. If we have an indication on the Real Sociedad, I wouldn't bet it. So in this case, we could also do some adjustment either to the game or to the teams here when we say, well, Real Sociedad are having 2 good results, which is reflected here, but we have Celta Vigo, maybe a bit underrated. But as I look here, I mean, we have still Valencia above them, could be a mistake, okay, could make it 0.95 or something like that, right? But still, Betis we saw are very good and all the others belong there anyway. Bilbao, why would you go lower on that? I mean, it's not that easy to doubt those settings here. You can, of course, and you can start to build up your own tool and settings and compile your own prices. Then you have small deviations in the first place, and maybe they might grow because you simply understand better and know better. Well, I don't know how my sentence began and how it needed to end. Now we have to put up with the settings that I have here. I would in fact say it's pretty even, but only after I studied the stats table more or less, right? Because I saw Real Sociedad, which had a very good start last season already, and now the same thing, and they dropped down, which looks like it's may be happening once again. Granada, Getafe. This is one of these games where Getafe need a win. I mean, Granada are no better. Here they are still small favorites, which I agree. And market also says it's a draw indication. Maybe we will have to check, whereby the average is below my true price and the maximum is only slightly above. So most likely we won't have a bet there here. Levante against Atletico, of course, clear favorites, 171. Looks fine to me after I saw the stats, possession, or whatever that was. I'm in agreement with Atletico, nothing wrong with them. The Real Madrid price looks absolutely fine to me, also compared to market. The Sevilla against Osasuna, are they playing again? Mallorca, Sevilla? Oh, that's weekend and midweek. Oh, I'm sorry, we have 27th. Okay, they are playing tonight. Oh, I'm fully wrong. So I have to do this preview. I forgot that we have this midweek match day. So I have to. I mean, now I'm adjusting my course of this video. We have to do this quickly now. 7 games midweek. Okay. Computer at 2.0 something. We did have a. Can I clear this? So I know Rayo are very good and market rates them very high. They are fine, nothing wrong with them. We could also check their stats. 117. Yeah, 38 on goal. Not a lot, but more than Real Sociedad. Possession, what about their passes? 3,600. Well, usually more than the top side here. And fouls, that's not so good. 37 corners, always better than Real Sociedad, but not top anywhere otherwise. And maybe possession time. Rayo 482 looks okay again, always better than. I mean, nothing wrong with Rayo here, I have to say, but Barcelona, I still, I give them another chance. Let's put it like that. Betis against Valencia, we have 2.05. Computer was, of course, a bit higher here, but this looks like a better price than the other ones at market. So we wouldn't have a bet on Valencia, so I'm happy with that. I mean, this looks like a decent price to me. I wouldn't attack it. Maybe Valencia is still an indication, then I would say, no, I don't need to do that, but not a below 2.0, what I thought was the price. That doesn't look right. In here, in this one, we may consider to go with Osasuna, the X2. It's very, very marginal. And who wants to go against Real Madrid? And now they won the big derby, the Clásico as well. So confidence is high. Here we had the indication on Real Sociedad, which we simply throw away. I mean, we don't want to bet them. And Granada against Getafe, we have 260. Looks very fine to me. I mean, that market also gives them a chance. 260 looks absolutely fine to me, and we don't have a bet there. Oh, we have to wait a second. Here we know 285 is too low, so this draw possibility, it has been recognized by market. And also in the Atletico it's 167, not a bad price, but not quite enough. So we would only have Barcelona. There is a small chance maybe to support Valencia. There is a very, very small margin in supporting Osasuna. X2, very good campaign so far. They are very resilient, what do you say? But of course Real Madrid, but they dropped a couple of points and lost even to Sheriff Tiraspol, if you remember. So they have their flaws. Anyway, indication on Real Sociedad, we happily forget. This draw has been well recognized, no chance here. So not a lot to do this week. I'm not checking the over-under at the moment. I may do, and again in the previews in the afternoon with my son also, that we're going to do, that will be in German language. But I can't do it all. I'm trying to introduce my tool, more or less, and I think it's doing a very good job here in general. And if we have an indication, we can still argue about it. We know what it's based upon. They dislike Barcelona, for example. They very much like Rayo. I think Barcelona are still underrated. Also against Real Madrid, I think they played a very good football. And of course, it's not easy. Even if you play good football, why would you then be better than Real Madrid? That's always a very tough task. But if it's an even game, that's already, it means they are not awful, right? I mean, if it's a home game, it doesn't mean that much these days, especially in the Clásico, I would say. They are just on eye level. That's what I would say. But maybe I'm wrong here, that market says they are much better. My settings would also say, of course, Real Madrid are top now, Barcelona only in third place, and here is some margin already. So this is reflected. The results are taking their toll, having their impact, are affecting the prices, and so on. Anyway, so thanks a lot for watching. Leave your likes, share it, comment on it. You will get answers to that. Subscribe to my channel, please. It's absolutely free, and sign up for the tool. You will have your fun and you will have your better results very soon. And compare the results you are going to have with the usage after you use the tool with the results you had before. Do not ask me to produce you the winnings. Try to improve your results. If you still want to bet, continue betting. And if you love this and you're betting for small money, then still you would very much need this support of a tool. Have a basis, something you build your bets on this solid basis. If you dislike a price or a setting, you can still adjust it, and you can happily ask me any question you like. And also in personal coachings we could easily do. And I'm even ready to purchase this with a tool that I'm trying to introduce new users, and you will instantly understand and be able to use or make full usage of the benefits of this tool, or you will understand, be able to benefit. And thanks a lot now. Bye bye. See you soon.